Back with the podcast. We are back with the podcast.
Is that like the little jingle? It's like a little kindergarten jingle. Did you used to have a little kindergarten jingle that you used to sing back in the days?
There was plenty of jingles that I used to sing back in the days.
Bro, what was that one song that I remember we would sing to lunch? And it's actually a French song, but we would learn that in Brazil. It was like I remember the melody. It was like da na na da da na na da da na na.
Da-na-na,
Yeah.
da-na-na. Where did
Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's a French song. I remember it was like French words, and we would learn the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why we'd learn that in Brazil, but we did.
Where is that from? Now
I mean,
I recognize the jingle, but I don't recognize where I heard it from.
yeah, I'll be butchering if I start singing. I'll be bullshitting, but yeah, it was that was definitely one of the jingles. It's funny actually seeing the difference between schools because I got to experience schools in Brazil and here, but in Brazil I experienced it. I experienced the schools at elementary school and kindergarten. What about yourself? Did you get to go to school in Brazil?
Yeah, I went to kindergarten and first grade.
Same.
And no, in second grade too.
Oh wow, I did kindergarten, first grade, and got pulled out. And went to the United States in first grade.
Did you get held back? Because a lot of people get held back when they move to the States.
I didn't get held back, but I'm born in October, so I'm literally born on the cusp of the age to see if you're gonna be in this class or this class. So when I came to the United States, I wasn't of age yet to go to first grade.
Right.
Or was it kindergarten? I forgot. I don't think I was of age yet to go to kindergarten, I believe. So I had to go to preschool or something like that. But in Brazil, there is no preschool.
Right. You know what's funny? In Brazil, like a whole year is like from January to December, I think, right? But here it's like it starts in what, September? When does it start?
Oh,
When
the
does
school
start
year.
here? Yeah, the school year.
The school year starts, I think, yeah, around September, August, September. And then it usually ends
Right.
in May, April.
Yeah, so you actually like spend New Year's in the same grade, which is weird.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I never thought of it that way. But I mean, it makes sense because of the weather. You know, in Brazil, it's wintertime during the summer for us. It's the opposite. So during Christmas, it's hot in Brazil. It's not cold. You know, they don't get snow.
Yeah.
It's usually you're chilling at the beach for New Year's and doing all that type of stuff. You know,
Right.
so it's kind of the opposite for the
Certain
United
places
States.
gets mad hot.
Oh yeah. There's places in
Especially
Brazil
like
that
north.
doesn't even get cold. It literally stays hot the entire year.
Yeah, like close to the equator.
Exactly. Yeah, that
Oh man.
I don't think I could live in those conditions. I feel like California
Fuck
is perfect weather. Perfect
It
weather.
really is.
Minus the
People
pollution.
are spoiled
Yes.
in California.
I learned a little bit more this week about why there is so much pollution here in California. Because it's so dry.
Traffic.
Huh?
Right. It doesn't rain much.
Right. And, well, I mean, even besides the rain, I guess, yeah, the rain definitely contributes to it because if it rained all the time, there would be a lot of green plants to clean that oxygen and filter the oxygen,
Yeah.
you know? But we don't have that.
Yeah. Right.
Because, I mean, we live relatively close to the beach and the ocean, but we literally have no plants to clean the air and circulate the air. And it's just so dry out here.
So goddamn dry.
Bro,
Tell Luna I said hi.
yeah, you'll see her. You'll get to see her, Uncle Marty. Because now that you're back in town, back in California.
Back in California. What up?
Yeah, bro, how you feeling? Like Biggie Smalls right before he got shot?
Whoa. What if I actually got shot? How would you feel, bitch?
I mean, there's such a small probability of that happening that I'm okay with running the joke. It's fine. I'm not gonna feel that bad.
Is there though? What's up with all these gun shootings happening lately, huh?
Oh man, there's something new, right? Deshaun, I forgot his last name.
I don't know, but I know there's like a bunch of shootings happening recently, and I don't know what to think of it, man.
I don't know. Me neither.
I don't know.
I don't have enough
It's getting
information.
dangerous out
Well,
there.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about there's another crazy big shooting that is getting very political of
What
some
do you mean?
guy. You didn't see what happened? It was in Minneapolis, the same place that
Oh, that George Floyd died?
exactly, and that they're having the court hearings right now. You
Right.
didn't hear
So
about
what
that?
happened there?
So,
No, I heard about the court hearings, but I don't know what you're talking about.
some police officers apparently ran some guy's plate and saw that his registration was expired, and so they
Hmm.
pulled him in.
Is it the soldier?
No, no, no. Oh, that was fucked up. I was like, bro, like, why are you talking? But here's the thing, like, we didn't get to see video before that. We don't know what happened. We don't know what's going on. But still, like, the cop is
I
still,
didn't see the video. I just heard about
yeah.
the
But
soldier
still, like,
getting
the cop was
pepper
being like
sprayed.
he was being a dick. One of the cops was like being more chill. The other guy was being like a complete dick. Like, I don't get why you have to hold up guns and stuff like that to the guy. Like, that's a veteran. But hey, at the same time, I don't know enough information on it to really be making that judgment right now. So it's kind of like I saw the part of the video that's going to make you react and think a certain way. You know what I mean? I kind of want to get the
Hmm.
entire details and see exactly what happened. I hope that it's not a fucked up situation like we're tending to have. But with this other guy, he got pulled over in Minneapolis with his girlfriend because of a expired tag, and apparently the officer found out that he had a warrant, but it was a misdemeanor warrant. And something happened that they're trying to get him out of the car. They just hear scuffles and stuff like that. And the officer meant to take out her taser and accidentally took out her gun and shot him.
What? How do you just do that? Like,
Right.
how do you get confused between a taser and a
I
gun?
mean, my first thing too about all this is like, why is the taser next to the gun? Right?
Yeah, like why
Because
can't it be in opposite sides? Like
exactly,
this
like
is the
you
gun, this is the
exactly,
taser.
or like the taser is on your leg, or the gun is more on your leg, and the taser's on the hip, or whatever, bro. Whatever. Just don't put that shit in the same fucking place. If you know you're gonna deal with stressful situations, and you're gonna grab your taser and your gun a lot of times throughout different interactions. So it's like, why is
Right.
it next to the other one? That was my whole thing. I'm like, what? How does this accident just happen? Because it's like I literally saw a post that was like um they expect civilians to act calm when they're under duress and they have a gun to their face,
Which makes no
which
sense.
makes no fucking sense. The officer screaming remain calm. I'm like, bro, you're literally like,
Screaming, remain calm.
right.
How can you be calm if you're screaming, bitch?
I'm like, not only that, my guy, you're literally a millisecond away from ending my life. If all you got to do is pull that
Yeah.
trigger and my life is over. And I literally can't do anything. Because if you think I'm reaching for a weapon or whatever the case may be, now you
Hmm.
have probable cause or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, fuck. But
I'm
still,
so scared of cops, man.
bro, I recently got pulled over. I don't know if I told you.
Nah.
I recently got pulled over and I realized that I have a trauma with cops because of the whole experience that we
Because
had.
of the right.
Yeah, for the audience that doesn't know, me and Marty were in a situation in 2012, was it, or 13?
It wasn't just us, it was a group of
Yeah, it
us.
was a group of friends. No, it was before I went to the Air Force, I believe. I think it was in 2011.
Was it?
We were filming on this balcony at the beach next to a pier, which
No, no, no. It was 2013.
it was
It was
2013.
after.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally forgot, honestly. But we were filming on a balcony next to the pier in Deerfield Beach, and I've been on that balcony later than we were at that time. We were at that balcony around 9:30. That's when we started filming around 9, and the whole incident happened at around 9:30. And I've been at that balcony way later, like at 11 o'clock p.m. Never had any issues. We were there filming, not bothering anybody, just doing our thing. A cop gets called. He goes up there, and we're trying to plead because we've been there for so long. We just want to finish the content, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude, like, we're not bothering anybody. So as some of our friends are distracting the cops, the other ones are still continuing to record. And worst comes to worst, the cop just gets aggravated, and we see that shit gets bad. We're trying to leave. I'm just summarizing this up quickly. We try to leave. The cop says, nope, this is not going to happen anymore. Calls back up. There's probably like 3 more cops that comes upstairs, separates everybody, and starts arresting people. One of our friends, Dro, he literally got tossed and flipped like a pancake and like thrown on the ground.
Yeah, he got
He
slammed
got
to the ground.
slammed on the ground, and he's tiny, bro. He's the smallest one out of all of us, and he got fucking slammed by 2 huge cops. And when I saw that, I freaked out. I pulled my phone out. An officer walked a solid 12 feet away from me. He walked towards me. He saw it wasn't a weapon and that it was a phone. And he says, don't reach in your pocket. Slaps the phone out of my hand, breaks my phone, grabs me, slams me on the ground. My natural reaction is to get my head out of the concrete. He grabs my head again, slaps it on the concrete. I'm like, bro, I'm cussing him out. Larry and our friend Ace is right next to me, like, hey, dude, don't react, Nick. Don't react. Don't be crazy. Don't do anything. And it was just crazy. They end up taking us to a holding cell, talking a whole bunch of shit to us, telling us to go kill ourselves, that we're pieces of shit, we're hoodlums, we're scums, we don't fucking deserve to live, a whole bunch of shit. Meanwhile, you can't say anything to cop because anything is tampering with evidence or whatever the fuck, you know? When you're playing with dirty cops, there's no way you could win except shut the fuck up. But your emotions get the best of you and you want to talk shit. You're like, fuck you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you see they're wrong.
Exactly. You're like, bro, like, why are you fucking with me right now? You know what I mean? Like, dude, like, get your fucking filthy hands off of me. It sucks because at that point, you can't do anything. You literally can't do anything. And he has all the power. He could fucking kill you right there and justify it for some fucking reason. You know what I mean? Or at least that's really how it felt back in the days because it was 2013. Nowadays, I feel like shit is really, now the cops are really starting to, you know, really police themselves with all this crazy shit that's going on. But, yeah, they hold us at a cell up until 2, 3 in the morning, release us and make us walk back to our cars. That's 3 miles away. We fucking walk back to our cars feeling defeated. They confiscated all of our equipment, kept us from filming for an entire month, saying that it was evidence, which was bullshit. They broke a lot of our shit.
I think it was more than a month.
It was more?
Yeah, I think so.
We had no way
like
to fucking make money at that time.
Yeah.
They confiscated everything.
Our only income. Like, you know, they took away the tools that we used to work.
Create, yeah.
We pretty much did a whole documentary exposing these officers and exposing the city too, because the city covered up for them. They took away surveillance cameras that were visible at the place, and they were just covering up for the officers. And we made a whole documentary, put it out on YouTube, exposing Broward County Sheriff, the Broward County Sheriff Department. And you know, it fucking got a lot of views. It got a lot of attention online, and I'm sure, you know, they definitely learned their lesson, I guess.
Bullshit, man. The officer that abused me was in another case because he tampered with evidence and somebody ended up dying. Remember? There's a Miranda list or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
So
some corrupt cops.
They're corrupt, bro. BSO fucking corrupt. Here's my thing with police reform. Like, should we defund the police? Fuck no. We need the police. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? I've been abused by the cops, but I still believe that we need police. But I just think that when you see BSO, right? Broward Sheriff's Office in Broward County, Florida, and you see them pull up with a fucking Broward coward, Broward coward. I don't know why I keep saying that. You see them pull up in a Broward County
Cowards.
coward, Broward County Lamborghini. You're like, where the fuck is that tax
Bro,
money
you're
going?
so bothered by this Lamborghini.
I am. I'm like, why? Why should a
You've mentioned this shit like 5 times already.
dude? Why does a sheriff's office need a Lamborghini? That makes no fucking sense to me,
To show off.
bro. Like, come on, like put that money to good use. Train your cops better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But anyways, what happened to you getting pulled over recently?
Oh, right. So I realized that with that whole situation that we shared, I'm very traumatized.
Were you speeding?
I was not speeding.
Is that why you got pulled over?
I was not speeding. No, no. I delete this part. I was doing things, and okay. Well, here's what really happened. Fuck it, right? I didn't get the ticket. Thank you. That's you just made me fuck up my whole story, but whatever. Here in California, or actually with the GPS, I don't know if this happens to you. I don't know a lot of these highways here in California or in LA. So with the GPS, it'll tell you like, hey, you got to make a right on Highway 210 East, and it just keeps telling you like before you get to it, it'll be like keep going straight in 400 feet. And then as soon as you get to that 400 feet destination, it'll be like, all right, now make a right. And I was like, bro, I was all the way in the left lane. And then I had to like...
Oh, you're in the HOV lane.
I wasn't in the HOV lane, but I was like 3 lanes over. And I had to literally cross 3 lanes to get to where I needed to be.
Right.
But it was late at night and I saw that there was no cars around me. I'm not just going to be crazy and do that. I looked beside. But unfortunate for me, it was a cop that was behind me. So they saw that and they were like, oh, this guy's reckless driving. Maybe he's drinking and driving. Because that was the first thing she asked me, like, are you intoxicated? I actually never had to perform this test before where she literally...
The breathalyzer?
Not the breathalyzer, but she had to... made me look in my eyes or open my eyes and put the flashlight right into my eyes to see if my pupils were dilated. And then... Fuck, now I'm forgetting what the question was. I saw it in a movie or in a show or something like that, so I knew exactly what to say. Thank God. But it's like they ask you a question basically trying to fish you into like fucking yourself up. It's kind of like, damn, now I'm really forgetting what it is, bro. Darn it. It's something along the lines of, hey, repeat what I say. Or something like that, and then I don't know, bro. Think of it as like a Simon Says thing, where it's she's like, touch your nose, and she touches her ear, and then I have to fucking touch my nose, but most people touch their ear.
Oh wow, I never seen that before.
Yeah, it was
So like just trying to trick you and like, see if you're listening.
Exactly.
So what happened? You passed the test and
yeah,
then they let you go?
I passed the test, and then she was like, "Hey, well, like drive safe." And I was like, "Okay, thank you," because I haven't got pulled over in a very long time, so she was very nice, and I was very nice. Like I said, I'm very traumatized by cops, so I was shaking, bro, shaking. She was extremely nice. That was actually one of the best interactions I've ever had with a police officer. She was a woman. Usually, I've had 3 interactions with women police officers, and the other 2 times, they were complete fucking bitches. I feel like women officers have something that they had to prove. They're like, oh, I'm a fucking woman, so let me establish myself in this male, you know? But she did not have that at all. She was extremely nice. I did everything safely, turned off my car, put my hands out of the vehicle. I do everything by the books, you know, because I'm not trying to get caught up on nothing with the cops. Definitely was very scared. I was shaking, trembling. I was trying not to, and she definitely saw that I was scared. I think that's why she performed all those tests to see if I was drunk or not.
Yeah. Damn. It's always scary getting pulled over by the cops.
It is. It's such a terrifying feeling. You've never gotten pulled over?
I can only imagine. No, I never really had a car until now. So.
Oh wow.
I mean, when I did get pulled over, I was a passenger.
Right.
So.
But you never got pulled over driving.
No.
Wow. Such a horrible feeling, bro. Just seeing those
Yeah.
fucking Berry lights flashing on like
Mm-hmm.
the ceiling of your car, you're like, fuck. Damn it.
You know what I've noticed? Like police officers here, they're always in twos.
Yeah, for sure.
In other states, they're always like just one officer in a car.
Right.
I guess it's because they always need backup here.
Well, I mean, if there is one officer, if you notice, especially in Florida, they always call for backup. Unless it's highway patrol.
Right, but why not just have another person driving with you?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. Tax money,
Yeah,
boy.
I don't know either. I do think that the cops here are more lenient though. They're
I
not,
1,000%
like,
agree.
assholes.
I think cops in California are so much cooler than cops. We grew up in
Yeah.
one of the worst.
Like because they only, bro, they only go after real shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
100%.
they're not just sitting there like waiting for people to fucking
Fucking
you know,
with
with the
people.
little radar, waiting for people. Yeah, exactly. Other states,
You
oh
you know
my
what it
God,
is. You,
they have so much time in their hands.
you know what I think it is. In Florida too, if you think about it, we have some of the biggest douchebags in the world. You know what I mean? In general, out here in California, it's either you're rich or you're fucking chill as fuck. You know what I mean? Because you're rich because you made it in entertainment or whatever you do. Or usually, for the most part, people are chill out here. In Florida, people are fucking meatheads working out at the gym, getting fried by the damn sun. I don't know if the sun's too hot that it bakes our brain, that we can't think straight. But I think that culture develops that type of like toxic cops because BSO is known as one of the most corrupt and brutal police forces in the United States. There used to be a show based on BSO, and it was based on the women's department. So it was literally lady cops beating the mess and arresting people.
Hmm.
I actually saw a lot of my high school friends get arrested on that show. It's kind of funny.
No way.
Yeah, I saw one of my friends. He was selling crack.
Get the fuck
He
out.
was selling crack on that show, bro. And he fucking, you know those ghetto ass houses that they have like those cheap ass thin white fences at the bottom to like keep from dogs going underneath the house or like rodents or whatever the case.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
he snuck underneath there, and the camera crew and the cop is like following him, and, like pulling him out.
Wow.
Yeah, I had another friend that I saw him like get cussed
Insane.
out by the cops because he was smoking weed, and back in the days, weed was like terrible. Oh my God, the one of the biggest things, my lunch lady, bro. There was a lunch lady at my school that got caught, and her story was hilarious. She had weed on her. They found weed in her bra. They pulled her over and there was weed in her bra. I don't know how I got there.
Nah. How can people say that?
Bro, hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That's so crazy how weed used to be such a big deal.
Right?
I feel like a lot of states now like are pretty lenient.
Very, very lenient.
Except for Texas, I think.
Really?
And like some other states.
Well, that whole Bible
yeah,
Belt.
Texas you could still get arrested.
Really? Tennessee as well, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's around that whole Bible
And
Belt that things get a
Idaho.
little bit. Yeah, things get a little bit crazy around there.
Yeah. But most of the states now like they don't really criminalize you.
Yeah, I heard Biden's trying to federally legalize it.
That would be amazing. I don't see it hurting anybody, so why not?
Yeah, I heard that the reason why they don't do all that is because it takes a lot of money just to legalize something that's illegal. You know, but still at the same time, it's going to make money in the long term. That's why they don't get rid of a lot of
Fuck
laws.
yeah. Right. But I heard Colorado, like the crime rate's way down after they legalized that shit.
Well, yeah, because now you're not booking people for weed as well. You know, it's a fucking stupid ass offense. I feel like if you're gonna do people really get arrested for weed in Texas? I feel like it should just be a fine at that point.
No, they could get arrested.
Damn, that's terrible.
If you look on weed maps, like they'll let you know on every single state like what the laws are and what the guidelines are for each state. Yeah.
What's the guidelines for where you live now in Delaware?
It's only medical.
Oh, so there's dispensaries,
Yeah, but you have to have
medical license.
a card.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to be friends with somebody if you want some out there, or else you're gonna have to get a Delaware license, which could be
True.
beneficial because I mean, opening up a business, you wouldn't fucking open up a business in California with their fucking state laws and
Nope.
shit like
I
that.
did that before.
Yeah.
Definitely regret it.
Yeah.
I had to forfeit my fucking business.
Yeah. See,
Bro, it's ridiculous opening up a business here.
there's no point.
It's so like not friendly.
No. No. I have so many ties to
That's why a
Florida.
lot of businesses are moving
Yeah.
to other
Yeah.
states.
I have so many ties to Florida. I have no reason to start a business here. My business would be started in Florida for sure.
Nah, fuck that. Hell no. You don't need to.
Yeah. But speaking of weed, do you know who Paul Pierce is? Does that name ring a bell?
Sounds familiar. NBA player?
Yes. Retired NBA player. He's literally the guy that kept Kobe from winning his sixth ring and tying up with Michael Jordan. So he has pretty valuable player if you really think about it in the history books.
Is he retired or
He's retired
is he
now.
still playing?
He's retired now, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, definitely a beast NBA player. But he was after he retired, he became an analyst for ESPN, so he was a reporter. And recently, like I think a week ago or something like
Like
that,
the Shaq?
Shaq I think works for
Like
TNT.
Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, he's an analyst, but I think he works for TNT.
Oh.
So Paul Pierce about a week ago or something like that was on Instagram Live out here in LA, just showing a good time that he was having at like a poker event, which with a whole bunch of strippers getting paid good money. They were out there twerking, doing their thing, and he was out there having his little drinky drink. You know what I mean? Puffing that little ganja. You know what I mean? Burning that thing up on Instagram Live, just talking his mess, and people out there like, damn, Paul Pierce, like you out here doing your thing, this and that. Of course, man gets fired the next day by ESPN.
Damn.
I mean, come on, bro. Like, and ESPN said something that I was like, yeah, I would do the same thing as a business owner, and my employee would do that. But I also,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
personally think that Paul Pierce wanted to get fired because he wouldn't do that. Come on, bro. Like, you know, you're gonna get into some shit if you do that. Let's be honest here. Did he
Yeah,
really
I'm
think
sure
that, like,
he's aware?
yeah, exactly. He's not stupid. You know what I mean? I think he did that purposefully. But ESPN fired him, basically saying that it's not so much that the content was out there, it's that he posted it himself. If they would have seen it online from somebody else, it is what it is. He's doing his thing in his spare time. But him publishing
Yeah.
it himself puts out a certain image. And I was like, yeah, bro. I
Through
mean,
his platform.
who owns ESPN? Do you know?
I don't know.
Disney.
Oh.
So
Oh.
come on.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, that's the thing about being employed
Mm-hmm.
too. You have to be super, especially like if you're working for a big corporation like that. You have to be super careful
Oh yeah.
on everything you do.
Oh yeah.
That's why I feel like a lot of celebrities like haven't even like ventured into YouTube yet, or even like restrain themselves from posting on social media because they're scared of doing something wrong and then getting fired for something.
Right.
Because these people are at these corporations' mercy.
Yeah, 100%. If you're
You know?
working for these corporations, 1,000%. That's why it takes so much longer. I mean, not necessarily. Some people just blow up instantly, depending on what you do. But it is harder, and it could take way longer. Generally, it takes longer to build your own platform and do your own thing and your own brand. But in the long term, it pays up because
Yeah.
you're your own boss and you do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could be posting a family-friendly content, and if tomorrow you decide, say, fuck it, I'm just going to talk about strippers and drinking and drugs. You could do that shit, and nobody could stop you.
Mm-hmm. I much prefer that, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
I much prefer being my own boss, being
Same.
self-employed, than being at the mercy of a big corporation
Same.
or even a big studio.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Because look at what happens. Look at what happens to people that are in movies and get canceled.
Mm-hmm.
They stop getting booked, and
Mm-hmm.
then what? Look at the guy from fucking House of Cards. What's his name? Um, the guy that got canceled.
Oh, shit.
He came
He
out of
taught a
jail.
master class.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's his name? Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Bro, like, what is he doing with his life right now?
But I feel like this cancel culture thing is starting to slowly dimmer down.
Yeah, but he's still canceled. He's still
Yeah.
not getting booked for
Yeah,
anything.
I feel you. I feel you. That's the thing. It's like a lot of these people too, bro. Like Paul Pierce, for example. He has so much fucking money, and I'm sure Kevin Spacey does as
Right.
well. They don't really give a fuck. Like they do,
Yeah,
but they
but like,
don't.
but it also depends on the person's spending habits.
Sure.
Because what if they have a huge mansion? What if they have a bunch of people on payroll, or if they're like giving money to their family like on a regular,
Right.
like he made his mom quit his job, or her job. So like things like that add up,
Right.
and like if you're not getting booked anymore, like what the fuck
Yeah.
happens?
No, for sure.
Imagine if you saw Kevin Spacey working at the mall or something, like how fucking weird would that be?
Yeah, but he'll get opportunities besides working at the mall. Unless you really fuck up that
But
many
who's
times
gonna
in
give
that
him that
battle.
opportunity though? See, if I was Kevin Spacey, I would take matters into my own hands.
Well, right. Build a fucking
Like,
YouTube
bro,
channel.
look at David Dobrik right now. Exactly, and he also every Christmas Kevin Spacey puts out a video. I don't know if you ever noticed.
Mm-mm.
He puts out a video playing the character he played in House of Cards. It's really weird, like the monologues and shit that he be doing, but it gets a lot of views and it gets a lot of attention.
Right. Yeah, no, I never saw that.
So he could do that shit on a regular basis and actually create something for himself. I don't know.
Yeah.
But even like David Dobrik, for instance, like, bro, he could be charging like so much money for like a session of like how to fucking do social media. Like, think about it. Even if you are canceled,
I mean, I'm sure
like
he.
he could charge so much money for like to teach one on one with someone. Like to teach these to be an advisor for these big corporations. Even if he's canceled, he has the
I mean,
knowledge.
yeah, he has the knowledge, but if somebody finds out what these big corporations are hiring David Dobrik when he's canceled, that's not going to work. That's not going to work.
Well, a big corporation is just an example. But like if I was a rich guy and I was trying to do social media,
Right.
why not
Right.
fucking book David Dobrik to teach me how to do Instagram,
Yeah.
or teach me how to do YouTube?
Yeah, no, I definitely get that.
Even if he charges me like a crazy
Yeah,
amount.
but I'm also sure that same thing with Kevin Spacey. Like, I'm sure that somebody's asking him, like, hey, be my acting coach on the private or on the low, and he's getting paid a shitload of money. I'm sure that happens. I'm sure there's opportunities like that. He's still a fucking beast ass actor.
Did they pull his masterclass out since he got
I
canceled
have
or
no
no?
idea. No idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah.
It was a good masterclass.
It was a good
He's
masterclass.
a hell of a fucking
He
actor.
definitely is. He definitely is.
Damn.
Yeah. What?
So sad sometimes to see shit like that.
I mean, that happens, bro. I mean, speaking of canceling, what have you heard anything about the Beijing Olympics that's happening in 2022?
No.
What do you think about that? Do you think that we should have an Olympics in China in 2022?
Oh, because of the whole COVID situation?
Yeah.
I mean, if the cases are down, I don't see why not.
I don't know about that.
Why?
I mean, whether they want to admit it or not, this whole virus happened because of China. Whether it's the
Okay.
government or
Well, it came from there.
it came from China, but it's their fault. It's still like I'm not blaming every single Chinese person. Like, oh, it's your fault individually. Like, it's the government's fault. You know what I mean? Like, they allowed it to get out of there and it spread to the world. It's still their fault. They got to still hold responsibility.
And they benefited the most from this because they're the ones that sells the most masks. They're the ones that are, putting out all these
Manufacturer,
vaccines
yep.
and shit.
Yeah, I heard that if it wasn't for COVID, China was still going to overtake the United States as a superpower in almost a century, but because of COVID, it only sped up the process, you know? But I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like it's like almost rewarding the country by giving them the Olympics. I'm not saying that we should never have the Olympics in China ever again, but I think like you got to give them
Right.
a little probational period. Like, hey, for the next decade, we're not going to host any major world sporting events at your country for what happened. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think that makes a little bit of sense.
I don't know. I think they would definitely feel some type of way if he did that.
I mean, dude, I'm sure they're gonna feel some type of way, but what about the rest of the fucking world? Do you not think that we feel some type of way that the virus came from that country, so it's technically their fault? Just like if it were to come from the United States, the government has to take, uh, um, like stand up and be like, yeah, that was our fault,
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I just feel
Yeah, I
like
don't know how to deal with that.
I wouldn't cancel the Olympics because that at that point you're punishing the wrong people. You're punishing the athletes that trained their whole fucking lives for this shit and their parents that have been helping them train
Mhm.
this whole life. And you're also punishing the spectators that want to watch this and the tourists and all that stuff. But if you're literally just taking out of
Yeah.
Beijing and like I said, not for the rest of their existence, but literally just a probational period. Like, hey, we're not going to host anything here for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's complicated cuz they're pretty powerful. They're a powerful ass country. And if
I
they feel
mean,
some type of way, if they feel like people are, I don't know.
what the fuck are they
I
gonna
feel like
do?
they would
Attack
rebel
people?
some type.
Attack the countries because we said nah, we're not gonna do the Olympics there?
Bro, we depend on China for a lot of things. The whole world depends on China for a lot of things.
Yeah,
What if they
sure.
just cut supplies? The
I
supply
mean,
for things.
we'll figure it out. I'm not saying it's not gonna
Yeah, but the
disrupt shit.
cost will go way up.
Sure, I'm not saying it's not gonna disrupt shit and it won't be chaotic. It will, but we'll figure it out. Bro, China is literally taking over the world.
Yeah, they are.
And they're communist
They are. Yeah,
with
they are.
or socialist with Chinese morals or values or whatever it is.
Yeah. And the thing is that they're funding a lot of these colleges as well. So
Mm-hmm.
people are going to college kind of being embedded into that mentality in certain things, in certain subjects. So
I
they can manipulate on what people learn out here.
Yes,
And
yes.
not only that, but they're funding a lot of movies. So a lot of movies have, China's decisions. Like
Yeah.
China makes the decisions for what gets cut.
100%.
That's a huge influence right there.
a hundred
If
percent.
you have the educational system like in your fingertips and the fucking media, what more do you need?
And then
And
that's
everything
why
else that they already do.
in a lot of these big movies like Batman, for example, they had that random scene that was in Hong Kong. Why? Because it brings also the Chinese fan base and they sell way more money
Yeah.
because that's a huge market,
Hmm.
you know? And it sucks because like I personally I have nothing against the actual people of China. You know what I mean? I feel like it's dope. I love learning about other cultures. It's just that I feel like in the long term, the government of China could cause some I don't know, some wars or some negative things around the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they could say the same thing about us
I agree. I agree.
because at the end of the day, bro, the US is fucking bullies, bro.
And that's the thing too. What I really do love about not just the Chinese culture, but the Asian culture in general, for the most part, they're all about respect. The whole bowing down thing and respecting one another, and that I
US don't
love.
give a
Yeah,
fuck.
U.S. is like fuck you. Like I hate that. You know what I mean? The fact that it's almost like you walk. I get the confidence, walk with confidence, but you don't have to say fuck you, and fuck you to people at the same time. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but it gets hard
Like
when
out here, the mentality is whoever is the most successful gets the most respect.
right.
And it's not like that in other cultures.
Yeah.
Like other cultures respect the elders, bro, even if they're like
Yes.
at wrong. Out here there is no
No,
respect for
bro.
the
I was
elders.
talking to somebody about this the other day. I was like, out here, old people are just treated like shit. I feel like in Asian culture, old people are actually respected, like they're wise and they hold value. They might not be able to work hard or do
Not
certain
just
things.
Asian culture, bro, like even in Brazil.
Yeah, I agree. You're
I
right.
do believe that in Brazil, like you're taught, you're brought up to respect the elders,
Yeah, I agree
you
with that.
know?
I
Even if
definitely
they're
agree.
wrong.
Yeah, you're basically taught like to an elder, you just shut up and walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes
I don't
sense.
know.
But yeah, I think I don't know, everything's just going crazy. Whether it's with China, whether it's oh man. Speaking of which, I was watching a documentary this week about incarceration. Do you know how much it costs on average to keep an inmate in prison for 1 year here in the United States?
100,000.
Four
What
hundred
is it
forty-seven thousand
for each person?
for each person.
And we pay for that?
Yeah, we pay for that.
Nice.
$447,000 per inmate, bro. What?
Wow. I don't even spend that in the year.
For have
Why
you?
do
I
I don't get
haven't
it?
fucking made $500,000 in a year. Have you made $500,000 in a year? I fucking haven't.
Not yet.
Not
But
yet,
what the
exactly.
fuck? Why? Is it food? What is it? Like,
I mean, it adds
I
up
don't
all the
get it.
expenses, like from the food to the
Paying the
staff,
guards.
exactly, all that stuff, maintenance, yada yada yada. But obviously, it's all inflated bullshit. It's a system. The United States actually has the most incarcerated um, people person per capita, or just in general population in the world. I think we're at 2.1 million or something like that. And then
So
China
it's in
is
their best interest to arrest people in order to
make money.
collect that money.
Yeah. And China is second, and their population is China has how much? Like almost a billion people, and we have over 300,000, like
So
320 million. And China
yeah.
has almost a billion, and they're at
No, it's I
1.7.
think it's more than a billion.
Is it?
I think so.
But China's
Let's see.
at 1.6,
What's the
1.7.
population in China?
As of 2021, the population of People's Republic of China is 1,442,965,000.
1.4 billion.
Oh my god, that is crazy. They have way more people than us. And like I said, it's 1.7 million people, about 1.6, 1.7 million people in China that are arrested, that are incarcerated. Third country, which was interesting to me, Brazil, with about
Really?
700, 800,000 people arrested, which is way lower than
But
China.
people out there leave jail pretty early.
I mean, sure, and like the jails out there are way fucking worse. Way worse,
Yeah.
you know.
Bro, I heard that I didn't hear. I saw a documentary on the jails in Venezuela. It is the worst.
Really.
Yeah, these people don't even like have a bathroom in there. They have to pee in freaking bottles. And the
Oh,
food is like so scarce. They're like literally dying in jail cells and shit. And there's so much like bacteria, so much diseases and shit. Things are so bad in Venezuela right now.
they are.
It's sad. And Honduras too. Honduras is going through it, man. So many gangs killing people for like no fucking reason.
I was watching something that this guy was saying that it's all bullshit that these countries don't have enough money, or the people are starving and stuff like that. He said majority of people aren't starving. in
How not? What do you
in
mean?
all these countries. Well, I mean, this is according to him. He said that it's all propaganda and bullshit that we get fed all these things in these documentaries and stuff like that. He says majority of the, he said that he's there physically so he gets to see these things firsthand. He's like majority of the people aren't starving. It's all fucking bullshit and hyped up in the media, you know. So
But I've seen independent journalists going there and showing the whole place.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not fucking. I'm sure that there's places that are bad, but I also agree with him in a sense that whenever a journalist goes to a different country, whether it's independent or paid for, they're gonna obviously look for the worst fucking shit. They're not gonna go there and look for something good, you know? Like somebody that comes out here and wants to film
I could see
LA
that.
and talk shit about LA, they're not gonna film all the places that look decent. They're gonna film all the homeless population,
Hmm.
you know?
Right.
It's all in a way, there's always gonna be some type of fucking bias, whether it's leaning to one way or another.
Right, but like I don't get what the benefit is of making them look bad. Like I don't even see the main like the mainstream media covering that. It's mostly independent people that are going out there and showing the situation.
What he was mostly talking, I mean, he mentioned Honduras specifically, but what he and Venezuela, but what he was also really mostly talking about, as far as like these journalists and stuff like that, was what was happening in the borders in Mexico. And he was like, "Yo,
Hmm.
this shit's been happening for decades. It didn't just start happening that they're throwing babies and stuff like that over the border, you know."
Yeah, but there's been a huge surge recently because of the gang violence happening in Honduras.
But how do you know that gang violence wasn't already there? I mean, I'm sure that there was a
No, I'm
surge
sure
because of
it
the
was, but like
coronavirus.
it's no, no, no. Before that, before there was a surge.
Well, right. It's been it surges every year. It goes higher and higher every year. But I'm saying I think the coronavirus definitely added to that.
Maybe. I don't really know the full story, but I know that these places, it seems like the things are pretty bad. And there's photos, there's videos, there's like testimonials and shit of like these people that are going through it. And it looks really bad. And the mainstream media is not covering it at all. They're just like the mainstream media, all they do is fucking they just want to bash on conservatives. That's it. That's what I see.
Yeah, it sucks. And that was actually another thing that I was gonna relate back to China too, because I think their country is so unified. I mean, sure, it's also fucking socialist communist, so like,
Communism.
yeah, they don't really have a choice. But here in the United States,
Hmm.
I feel like they fund a lot of these movements and certain things like that to divide the country, because to them the United States divided is way better than us fucking together and fighting a cause, you know. They want us to
Who's
fight amongst
funding it?
ourselves. I think countries like China and Russia per se,
Mm,
you know.
right. Yeah, who knows what's really going on, huh? What about the Illuminati? You think they're real?
I don't know. I think that there's definitely some rich ass families that control the world, but I wouldn't call them necessarily like the fucking Illuminati.
Nah. What would you call them?
Rich ass family.
Rich ass families. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today, Nicholas. I am getting kind of tired. I'm on the East Coast time right now,
I
and
see that.
I just want to fall asleep.
I see that. You excited, man? You ready to create some stuff out here?
Yeah, I need to write some material because I've been like trying to, but I've just been so sidetracked with so many things right now, and I just got done doing a brand deal, which is pretty cool.
Oh hell yeah!
And yeah, so stay tuned for that, guys.
When are you posting that?
Um, I'm supposed to post it on the 19th. Yeah, it's like a TikTok brand deal, and then I got another one too that I gotta do. So, and also I've been like pretty consistent with YouTube, trying to like post a vlog every Sunday, and all that just takes up time, man.
Yep.
But I do want to make skits this week for sure, but I don't want to overcomplicate them at all. I want to make it super simple.
Yeah.
Like 30 seconds to a minute tops.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
that's my goal.
Yeah, 100%. We can literally schedule out like a whole day. We can knock out a couple in a day. You know?
Yeah.
Make it efficient.
Yes, sir. All right. Guys,
all right,
thank
Marty.
you so much for listening to the podcast. Make sure you hit that like button so this episode gets recommended to more people. And we appreciate you guys and everything you do. And leave a comment if you enjoy this podcast. Let us know. You know, if you have any questions, also leave a comment. And if you want to hit us up on Instagram, at Omarty and at Onik.
Look at you, keep plugging. Just keep plugging it in.
There.
Just fucking
just a little
plug.
Just a little plug. Just a little plug.
Just keep plugging.
That's it. I don't want to say no more. That's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Nicholas, you want to say something?
We love you guys.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Don't you fucking steal my don't you fucking steal my shit now.
The salute?
God, bro.
What? Just because you went to the Navy, you get to salute? And I don't?
Oh, fuck this podcast. I'm done. This is my last one.